Okay, the story with this outboard, friend of a friend of a friend of a friend wanted me to look at it. Probably gonna sell it, so it's not his motor. But that means we should just be able to give it a basic run through, get her running, put her back to life. Doesn't look like there's that much wrong with it. Got the typical ran when I put it away story. So we were just gonna do a quick carb clean, rebuild, water pump rebuild, and that was it. Oh, the recoil starter was broken. So I went a quick run through of it. I didn't even see if it started yet. It looks like it's clean enough it'll start. The cable was locked and it wouldn't shift. The recoil is broken because the recoil spring is broken. I have a funky way to fix that. I'll show you guys. And the problem with the shifter was the bottom shifter handle, which is tight to the side of it, was jammed because the plastic shift lock, this thing goes up into the flywheel so that you can't start the motor in gear, is snapped off. So we're gonna look online to see if we can find this part. The 28 donor power head we could use, but it doesn't have this because it was from a controlled motor, which I'm assuming the controls lock it into, so you didn't need it. So we may buy a piece. We're gonna see if the guy wants to leave this out, because you don't need this safety wise. I wouldn't recommend, but you technically don't need it. Just know, don't start your motor in gear. But we can see if maybe this is cheap. I'm not sure. So we got to replace the handle. We got to replace this piece because I don't see a way to fix it other than change out the bracket, the plastic bracket, which is now permanently broken. Everything else looks pretty clean. I'm going to drop the lower unit, which has anti-seize on the bolts. That means somebody has played with this before and did a probably good job. So if we can get away with not using a new kit, we can save the guy a little money. So, a couple bolts left on the lower unit. Let's take this off. Oh, this old outboard, just kidding, wouldn't never steal that phrase. This is an 88 25 horsepower, as the title says. Shorty, so you know it's not my motor. Can't use a short staff. Again, the stuttering. I don't know why I stutter all the time. Short shaft. Let's get the lower unit off, which on this one is the 4 bolts. And the 80s style interlocking nubs with the keeper on the shifter, which we are going to have to get off. I drained the lower unit oil, looked pretty clean. Just the 4 bolts and the nut here. And then that keeper to get this brass fitting off, which I'll pop off with a screwdriver. See? Anti-seize. Good man. Want to see what I'm doing? A little keeper on the end here. It's just a plastic ring that prevents something or other. Oh, and it broke it into pieces. I was just going to say avoid breaking this, or, I mean, you can't avoid breaking it if it's brittle and plastic. They're probably like $5 a piece. But we are going to have to get a new one. I tried. Fell into the little thing there, no problem. And this should fall right out. Okay. A little dusty. I want my fitting. Oh, don't say you're stuck on there. Why would you be stuck on there? That makes sense. A little salty. Okay. A little annoying. This is typically the easy part. There we go. Oh, come on. You're not staying. Oh, shift down already. Oh, fuzzo. This is the easy part. Easy part. Push down. Come on. You know what? It'll fall. Use the momentum. Why is it so sticky? Grease? Oh, it's cobwebs. Huh. She sat for a minute. Cobwebs on. Every time I take one of these apart, you never know. Hey, I'd rather cobwebs than salt. Corrosion. A little rust in the inside there. So I take it back about being fixed recently, that I know of. You'd assume the cobwebs would be gone. But the anti-seize stayed true. Where'd that fitting go? Uh-oh. I saw it fall at my feet. Nobody move. I see it. It blends in with the concrete. Got it. A little rusty, a little crusty. So we probably will put a new kit in it. It's got so much compression, my drill won't spin it. We have to fix the pull start. So we're going to start with the pull start. What I'm going to do is take the spring out. Be careful, this thing will snap on you. She's a feisty little girl. Now, if you're good enough, I'm not. It broke at the end, so usually you have this little end that holds on a nipple or a tit, and then this piece is the part that broke off. I told you she's feisty. I told you she's feisty. Here you go. This is what broke off. So you can get a new one, because this is a riveted little doohickey whatever, or... And these springs are not as bad as their old counterparts where you had to wind them up and stick them in. I'm going to take some heat to this end here, and I'm going to bend it and curl it. You have to use heat, otherwise this metal will snap. So if you just take a butane torch and heat this little metal up, it'll bend, and I will literally just curl it so that it makes a thing, and it'll grip, and it'll work. You guys watch. So let's start there. All right, we're going to see if we can do this real quick. The landscapers are next door working. Heat and bend, baby. Heat and bend. I don't think it takes a lot of heat. I've only done this once. Thin metal. I really gotta get one of those self-winding things. This way I can put this down without turning it off, turn it on. Especially getting cherry reds. I think it's bendable right now. See what happens. Oh, alright, so it cools quickly too. So we're gonna have to heat it again. Okay, not bad. Coming, I really want it to bend there. It's bending here. You can work with that. Any chance I can do this with gloves on? Oh, see, this could. I wonder if I can do that. Okay. One more heat cycle, maybe? Can't get it to bend where I want it, but I'm actually kind of okay with that. Actually, I kind of got an idea. Stay hot. Stay hot, kid. I got an idea. Once we get the loop we want, we'll just snip off any extra. Good enough for me. Alright. The girls we date. Don't quote that. Oop, I want to burn my boat down. Okay, so it's not great, but it's gonna hook the nipple. It should. We're gonna see what happens. It's hot. I'm gonna cool it down. Where's some water? I don't have any water. Anybody ever work on the older Sea Kings and the Gales? The pull thing. I mean, if you look up the videos, you have to like. Get it to fit in there. You got to put it on a bench and wind it with a drill. It is a nightmare. This is not as bad. It's still pretty bad. You want to stick that in there. Look at that. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Probably an easier way to do this if y'all want to go Google search that one, YouTube, and I'm sure some guy has a miraculous way to do this. I'm just gonna do it the hard way because that's all I know. So just my hand tight. It's actually not bad if you do it that way. Well, that worked out. Pull it as tight as you can and then bend the fat part over it. Oh, that was beautiful. Get it in the circle, push down, and let go. Boys and girls. Boys and girls, come on. Worst mechanic you ever saw. Let's go. All right, now. I don't know how this goes back together, so. And all we need is for this to hook around that. Alright, how do we do that? Pull the rope through. And we got these pieces, don't forget. These are all the pieces that go on the outside. But we also have... I think that's it. That oh, this thing, right? I just showed you that. That all goes straight in. We just need the titty. You just got to find a way to see that nipple grab this thing. And then you got to worry about this stupid spring loader thing. This is another safety feature. You just take that out. Pull the cable here. Okay. What I did was I held up the spring. I pulled it out. I pulled it out of the recoil, held the spring onto the nipple or the tit, whatever you want to call it. And I just kind of pulled the spring. You know, I got lucky. One try, one deal, so it shouldn't be too bad. The only way to find out is, of course, if it recoils. The only problem is I wasn't paying attention to the rope. Now the rope is not where it needs to be. Okay. We want the rope straight. And we need to wind it now. Oh, first of all, let's put this part back on. It's got a plastic doodab. Or, oh boy, did this go? This doesn't go under it. Probably went. I know it didn't go like that. It went over it? Come on now. Why do I not remember this stuff? No, this goes on the plastic pull cord. This is the... Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. This goes underneath. We're gonna pull it back out. Oh, now you guys have to see what I did. I did have it hooked. I'm gonna win. That plastic piece goes here. Good luck keeping that on. Okay, it's not too bad. I thought it was gonna be worse. Well, now you guys get to see it live. I'm just gonna... We gotta adjust the rope. And if we go like this. Okay, locked. Okay, it doesn't recoil. Oh, because this cable is forever. Oh boy. Oh, good job, Bill. We did it. We didn't do it. Oh. I wonder what happened. Is the rope supposed to be in first? Stand by. Okay, good news, bad news time. I did everything right, with the exception of I winded it up first. I have to get the rope out. And then, let me get the cutters. I gotta get the rope out, wind it, and then install the rope. Okay, WD the rope in. The thing should slide better, please. Make sure you damage the rope when you do this, boys and girls. Come on. Okay. Okay. That's a girl. Whew. That ain't never coming out. And just like that. Just like that. Just like that. I'm gonna cut everything out and show you what should have been. Then you guys watch the struggle after. All right, now careful when you unleash the beast. Pulling the cable. I'm holding the rope. All right, we're gonna pull the cable in. Let's do that. And we're gonna gently to watch nothing. Oh boy. There we go. Thank you. What's happening? There she goes. Okay. Now we're gonna pull the cable and hold it. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. Sticky. Oh. Whoop. Okay. Alright. Let's test it now. Cable pulled. Yay! It works. Okay. It's not pretty. I'm bad at this. I get it. But it works. Y'all can't say none. Oh, well, we gotta make sure the cable. Haha, see? Don't force things, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And recoil. And recoil. And recoil. That is how you fix a recoil. Don't do anything I say. Do anything I do. Tracking canceled. All right. I'm out for now. I don't know. Part 2. Is that up my nostril?